Cornerback Nation. Welcome back to part 2 of our interview with Shyheim Battle. We had a really good time interviewing him on his, huge deal with Obsesh, and you guys can learn all about that in the episode 1 we did. That's posted on our site here. But Shyheim, again, really glad to have you on the show, man. And I guess just welcome.
Oh yeah, man. Welcome. Glad to be here again, man. It's always good time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I hear you, man. So, hey, let's talk about Obsess and how huge of a deal that was. But we want to talk a little bit just to, we got you here to recap the season and then talk a little bit about what's coming up with the bowl game. But first, man, I think there was a lot of high expectations for this season. And I think fans feel pretty good about this being like a pretty satisfying season in a lot of ways. But there was a lot of adversity, I feel like, this past season. And, State finished 8-4 on the regular season, and it's got a bowl game coming up here shortly. But I'm curious, Shine, what your thoughts were of this past season as a whole, and what you felt about 2022.
Man, as a team, we definitely didn't reach our goals. We definitely feel like we underachieved this year in a lot of ways, and we wish we could do it all over again. But we always got next year, so that's the best thing about it. As a defense, we made a lot of big plays. We think just for us, just to having that chemistry and all that time as a team, being together, playing together year and year. So, just being able to trust each other out there, that really played a role in how well we played this year. We did go through a lot of adversity. Take a lot of losses and wins. Hard ways, and we found a way to get through it. We never folded. We always went out there and fought to the end. So we always gonna fight. That's one thing about us. We gonna always fight. So, but the season we really feel like we could have did a lot better, and we wish we could have a couple of these games back and flip them around. But we always get better with time. So.
Yeah, man. I'm just thinking back, like, you say that though, you keep fighting. Like, there's a lot of games that I could say because you guys kept fighting, we did win, man. Like, you can look at that Florida State game. You can look at that ECU game at the game 1. You can look at the Virginia Tech game, right? Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot there. And, I'm looking here. You had some, like, I'm curious because I'm as a fan. So, like, I think as fans kind of thought, coming out of the Louisville game, it was like, oh man, like this kind of felt like it was going to be like a letdown season. But then honestly, after that Carolina game, I think everybody was like, all right, we're good now. So, like, how did the locker room feel that way? I mean, I saw the highlight videos of you guys celebrating. Did that win? Like, how much did that matter when you look back on the season for you guys? I'm just curious.
I mean, that win, it meant a lot to us. Coming off of 2 losses, we were saying like we gotta beat Carolina. Like, this energy won't feel the same again if we don't beat Carolina. So that was our mindset that whole week going in. We said we're gonna beat Carolina. Like, we don't care what we got to do, but we're gonna beat Carolina. We're not gonna end the season without beating Carolina. So we went in with a lot of momentum. We also remember what Drake May said about us. Earlier in the year, and I mean.
So you're saying you did remember that?
We definitely remember that. That was definitely on our agenda to get to him. So, hey, if anybody else saying mess up his head, we messed up his head a little bit.
Yeah, for me, like, there's a lot of good plays out there that I remember from you this season, but the one for me that really sticks out is that ECU game when you put a licking on that guy down by the goal line when they were trying to get out. I don't know if you remember that play.
Yeah.
You might have gotten injured on that play a little bit, but I mean, that hit I was just like, oh, okay. Like, we hit today. But I think that's just one of the things that, not only can you cover, but you can hit too. Like, I mean, it may not be Tanner Ingle, but you can definitely hit.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I kind of like prided myself on tackling. As a corner, we're not really expected to be big hitters, and I like Jalen Ramsey. It's like one of my role models I look up to. And I just watch the way he goes down and tackles people, and I'm like, he's real violent. I'm like, I want to be violent like that, be a big hit player as well. So I'm like, man, I got to do it. Like, how can I do it? All right, I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I'm gonna do it. So,
yeah.
Man.
Well, not only did you put the hit on him, I mean, you wrapped up and tackled still too. Like, I mean, it was because like we can talk about Dion. Dion, we all like Prime, but like he would never stick his head in there like you did. So I mean that takes a special corner. Anybody can run with somebody, but to actually get up and tackle, that's
Yeah,
awesome. But
appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I had a
Hey,
I had a, I had a great read on that play though, man. It was I saw the way they tapped it back over, and I saw the way the wide receivers were split out wide. It was like 4-by-1 picture, and I was like, I'm in cover two. I think I can bait him out of this play.
he knows the exact play, the
Yeah.
exact
that's
So I
situation.
amazing,
said,
He
man.
knows the humidity that it was in that very moment. He knows everything, man.
yeah, I'm like, I know what's coming. I'm gonna make this play. So I said, as soon as the ball snapped, I saw him swing out wide, and I just took off, burst right at him. He didn't even see me coming. And
How excited do you get when you're doing maybe your pre-read, your pre-snap read, and then you go, oh, I think this is what's coming, and then you hit it like on the money at the same time. Like, how hyped is that? Because you're like, all that film study that I did, staying after doing this, practicing that. I mean, what does that mean to you? Like when you can all put it together, especially on a game
man, to be honest, I feel like I just go into like Super Saiyan mode. Like I just
day?
unleashed a new part of myself, just because I knew it was coming and I made a play. So it's like I was waiting on that moment. And it's like on a play that you make that you're not expected to make, it's like, cool, I just made that play. But when you make a play that you know you're expected to make and you've seen you're gonna say yourself make, so yeah, those moments are special. That's when you see guys like go like get real excited. Like
Yeah.
those are the times you'll be like, okay, now you can think like, oh wow, he knew it was coming. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are real
So
cool moments.
I'm curious, like, because I was looking here at your stats, just get the game logs for you. Like, is there a play from this past season so far? Maybe it might be coming in the bowl game here, but is there a play from the regular season that's like, this was my favorite play that I made during the bowl game? Well, I mean, you got 2 picks. I imagine it's one of those, but maybe it's a tackle.
Yes, it was my first pick against Carolina. Really that whole game was special to me because I'm from the 252 area, Eastern North Carolina. I'm from
Yep.
Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, actually, which is about 20 minutes away from Greenville. So it was like playing at home again. So it was a special game first and foremost. But yeah, I feel like I played lights out that game. But my favorite two plays out of that game was definitely the hit and the pick six. And I think the most
Yep.
exciting part, I just felt like it was a war game. I just felt real beat up afterwards. But that pick six was not a pick six, but the pick I had. Sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
about to say, I don't remember being
We
pick six. I was like,
I,
that
I mean,
was your
I
best
was
play was a
dreaming of
pick
a pick
six.
six in my head, then I
yeah.
just
Yeah.
I
In
didn't
5
get it.
years, no one will remember anyway.
Yeah, but that pick I had, it just felt good to be running with the ball again. I haven't did that in a long time, so that felt real fun. Then making that play in the end zone, that tackle, just the way I read it and hit him, and it was also a scary moment for me. Like I went down for a second with a little shoulder
Yep.
injury, and I got back up, went back in the game, but just the way I felt
Yeah.
afterwards, I was like, I really just felt like I won in my hometown. I got beat up, but we came out on top, so it was a real funny, special moment for me.
Before we continue, I want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flatlands Jessup Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need. Offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flatlands Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flatlands Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flatlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out.
Yeah. I'm curious here, Shy, because you talked about at your earlier part of this interview, you talked about the UNC game and how like you remembered something that Drake May had actually said, and not to put too much emphasis on the care. Like I like the idea of keeping every game viewed the same, but we all know that's not necessarily the case. But how real is bulletin board material? Because I think guys have like this fans to this concept of, oh, they'll put that on a bulletin board, that'll fire them up, and then you hear coaches all across the country are like, yeah, it's just another game, but how real is bulletin board material?
It's very much real. Like the words
You
that
got you guys keep
Drake May
receipts,
used,
huh?
That's what I
the
thought.
words that Drake May used. Like when he first said it, he said Oh, we got to get those guys this year. I'm like, they still don't respect us. We just beat them last year, so they think they still got up on us. So we said,
Yeah.
okay, throwing
All
throwing
right.
shade on us early. So we gonna mark them on the calendar, and we gonna go to their house, and we gonna take over. It's gonna be part of the
Yeah.
West again.
That's cool.
you know,
That's cool. Well,
There you go.
you got the win, right?
mhm.
And that was a big deal. And a win there is just a win as much as anywhere else. But that got us to 8-4, and it's got us set up for a really nice bowl game in Charlotte at the Duke's Mayo Bowl against Maryland, and old ACC rival team that we haven't played probably in like 10 years or so.
Yeah, it's been like 10, 12 years.
10, 12 years, yeah. And man, Maryland has really screwed over state in pivotal moments throughout their history when they were in the ACC. Not too far away from each other, and I'm curious what your thoughts about this bowl game, the matchup. What were you when were you excited about it when you heard it? What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I got to say I don't like mayo, but the Duke Mayo Bowl is gonna be
I'm not a
something.
mayonnaise guy either,
Oh, I
so you're not
love
the only one,
mayonnaise.
man.
Yeah, so
Love
I
mayonnaise.
won't probably be having too much mayonnaise over there. But yeah, I was excited about it. Just we get another opportunity to go play ball. That's the best thing about it. Just winning 6 games. That's hard to do. So being one of those guys to be able to go to a bowl game is still something special. We're gonna celebrate and have fun, but more importantly, we want to win. And Maryland,
Right.
we know they're gonna be a tough matchup, and we're definitely taking the right steps to win the game this next week coming up. But yeah, we're excited. We
Yeah.
know Maryland's gonna come out, play tough, and we're gonna come out and play tough too. So we're looking forward to it.
For me, Daryl Jones played at Maryland last year. Has he talked to you guys, like the corners or anything like that, about any like their schemes or their wide receivers? Have you guys kind of just had some casual chats? Obviously, you'll do your film study, but just kind of curious of any kind of conversations you had with him and any extra motivation he might be having for this game.
No, we haven't really talked too much. I'll probably talk to him a little later on. We see some scheme stuff about those guys. Right now, I've just been studying on my own.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm cool, man. I think with this matchup, what's cool is seeing like guys what might be building up to the next year. But if you get this win, you mentioned you don't like mayonnaise.
no.
I I'm I have you heard that like the coach is like there's a tradition they're trying to get going that the winning coach has to get like dunked and
Mhm.
like bathed with like mayonnaise.
Mhm.
How much is that motivating the team to win this game? Not just a win, but just see Coach Doran covered in mayonnaise. Is that like a big factor?
Yeah, we know it's gonna be a real funny moment. We're gonna have him probably a little happy and mad at the same time because he gotta get that stuff all off him. But it's gonna be a
Yeah, I know it's gonna be
celebration,
so
so he'll
gross,
be all
man.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, for me, I hate to bring up bad memories, but last year you guys got screwed out of the bowl game out there on the West Coast, so you guys didn't get your full enjoyment of the bowl experience. Just kind of talk to us. What do you enjoy a lot about the bowls? What are you looking forward to? Obviously, other than playing the game this year, that didn't happen last year, but just talk to me about your bowl experience and what the team enjoys the most on those kinds of trips.
Well, the San Diego Bowl, yeah, we definitely wish we could have played that game. Traveling way out there to not play was upsetting for us, and the way we found out right before the game was kind of like, wow. But we still enjoyed ourselves. We enjoyed our time out there having fun, going to the zoo and different activities they had us doing. It's always a special moment on any bowl game. That's the time where we go play a big game and also celebrate our accomplishments from the season. So, it's always good vibes all the time. And, we wish we could have played and got that 10th win because that would have been special for us. And,
Absolutely.
yeah, so the NCAA still wouldn't grant it to us, even though it was, kind of forfeit. But, you know, you know,
We won't talk about the NCAA.
yeah, yeah, we just going to keep working. We just going to keep working like we always do.
Yeah, man. So I guess Shaw, to kind of wrap this up here. I guess you talk about it, but as a whole, when you look back on 2022, what kind of words come to mind for you, or any thoughts you have on the season when you're going to look back on this season? What thoughts do you have?
I had to say one word, I'd say perseverance. I
That's a
say
good one.
Yeah,
perseverance. Like you said earlier, man. We had a lot of hard fought games, and it was games where we was down. 21 points, and we found a way to come back, get in the game, and win. And just find a way when Leary went down, find a way to get our new quarterback in there and make plays. That was a big time moment. That's the way you got to find a way to win and make a change and adjust. And those things aren't easy to do, especially week to week. So, for us to take care of those things and make changes when needed and find a way to win. That's
Yeah.
definitely not an easy thing, but we found a way to do it. So I feel like the biggest thing we did this year was persevere through everything that was in
Yeah.
front of us.
And you say that, and I kind of wanted to wrap up on that question I just asked you. That was a really good answer. But you kind of mentioned I didn't even think about asking you this. Like, what was it like watching, a guy like MJ Morris, who's a true freshman, come in and just play the way he did against, Virginia Tech, Ben Finley against Carolina, who was on the scout team for most of the year, even Jack Chambers having to come in against Florida State and help get the win there. What was that like? I mean, watching it, because you're not on offense there, you're watching that happen.
Yeah, I mean it's very cool to watch. Knowing that we have different quarterbacks that can go out there and make plays, that shows how versatile we are, and
Yeah.
that's a dynamic offense. Going out there with four different quarterbacks that can all make a touchdown play. That's impressive. Like a lot of teams probably can't do that, but that's one thing I say we
No, I
can
don't think
do.
they can.
And
Yeah.
it was definitely nice to watch. We probably will never have those guys here together again. So it was definitely one we'll
Yeah.
remember, and it's just always history in the making. So I'm glad I could be a part of it and see it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was just, every team is new every year. It's a new team every year. But when you talk about perseverance, man, I think that's a great word for this past season. And so, like I said, I mean, I think there's a lot of perseverance that's going to build character moving forward for this team. Um, and I'm excited to see what the bowl game has, man. I think there's gonna be a lot. You're gonna see. I think the fans are gonna see a lot of young faces, players that probably hadn't played because either a couple guys have transferred out, or you've got sometimes people view the bowl games as playing for the future a little bit. But man, we are excited as fans. Just know that, man. We're excited to watch the games. I'll be there. I
Thank
think
you.
Greg's gonna be there. Yeah, man, we'll have to check out some Battle Island's gear
All right.
and get us some shirts and stuff like that. But again, I guess to wrap up this episode, I know you did the last episode, but remind fans again where they can find you out on social media.
Oh yeah, you can find me on Instagram at ShyBattle2.5. You can also find me on Twitter at Shy252. Check the link in my bio. You can find my Obsess official merch shop where you can find all my Battle Island products and all the things I'm offering. And find out, get connected with me, get to know me, and I love you guys, and we appreciate all you guys' support.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate you, Shyheim, and thanks, man. Like I said, like I was pumped when you committed to state. I still think like you're an awesome corner, man, and I'm really excited to see what's in store for you moving forward, man, on the field and off the field. So for this episode, guys, I really appreciate you fans, just like us, tuning into this episode and getting to hear what Shyheim has to say. And be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. You can find us on Twitter, on YouTube here. iHeartRadio, stuff like that, Spotify. Be sure to do that and share it around with other fans so we can build this community here. But again, really excited and thankful to have Shyheim here. Looking forward to the bowl game, guys. It's going to be on December 30th, right there before New Year's at a noon kickoff against Maryland. So big game coming up, and we get to 9 wins again here. But hope you guys have a great Christmas. And as always, go Pack.
Go Pack.